Hi everyone, so in today's video we'll be trying out Spellbinders large die of the month for November of 2025. You can believe it, that year it just flew by. Oh my gosh. So I did a whole unboxing video of all the kits in the deluxe caboodle, which is basically all the kits, including the bonus item. I'll link that video in the description box because in a video like this we just get right to it. I will say Spellbinders did send these items free of charge for my review, and of course all opinions are my own, and the links I have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links, so thank you for using those if you would like. Yeah, we're just gonna get right to it. So I will say, if you are watching this video, that means if you are new, like let's say you weren't already a club member, you can definitely start signing up now. And the club, I mean, you can keep it for a day, you can cancel it, you can keep it, let it keep going, you know. As long as you're a current club member, you do get 10% off the site, though. So let's say you just want this one, so you're like, okay, I'm just going to get this one, and in 2 days I'm going to cancel it. Well, you have 2 days of 10% off, but that's it, right? So just something to think about. You might want to let it ride a little longer or however, but there is no commitment, and so that's something I really appreciate about these clubs. So the large die has a ton of things going on with it, and so when I did the unboxing, you know, I had put them out on my little magnetic mat, and it's just like, there is just a lot going on. So I understand it a little bit better today. But kind of what I was telling you guys, you know, you have your handles and you have like this cute little bow that you might want to put on there. It's actually more of a little tie like thing. And then your keychain items, which are like the little bear, which we'll do today because he has different parts and I want to make sure we know how to do that. The cherries with the different expressions. You have, of course, your links and your things that make it look more like a chain. It's supposed to look like it's coming off of a purse. So of course, you can just do the keychain by itself. But let's say you have the purse. You can use this guy for the handle for the purse if you want, you know. Basically, it's this piece with this piece. Or even this piece, like, there's just lots of ways to play with this. I mean, this can also be just a keychain kind of tag thing, right? So there's just a lot you can do. But let's just get started. So I did choose an A2 size card base just to get started. 8.5 by 5.5. Oh my gosh, scored at 4.25. Sorry, my camera doesn't like that. I did choose this for a background paper, but I thought, well, it might be cute for the purse paper, but that's okay. So this is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. I'm just going to glue this down, but not quite yet because we have the handle. If I use this as the handle or however, I need it to be a certain way. The other thing is you're supposed to use this guy, and basically this is the side or the edge of your purse, right? So let's say I use this pink paper. That's what I brought it out for. It's going to be something like this. So if you just want a little piece and kind of load down, because obviously, unless you just continue this and then trim it, but that's up to you, how you want that to look. But you can make it about this wide and things like that. So I'm thinking maybe I have my purse come in off this edge like this, okay? So, what do I want to do? Oh, you know what this paper is actually? I don't like that side. Maybe something like that. So I'm going to get the purse going first, and then we'll start doing everything else with the handles and all that stuff. I'm not going to stick down that background piece because, to be honest, I think I need it to not be stuck down quite yet in case I need to cut anything off of like the handle that's sticking up over the edge or however, right? So let's see, let's pretend we have that there. And then this guy is my purse. That's going to be like about here. Okay, and obviously you want that to be straight, so there we go. Hold on. Let me get some of this. I just want to make sure this is straight. That's all I'm looking for right now. So we'll start off with that, and then I'll start cutting handles, and then our cute little, you know, keychain accessory kind of things. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, there is just so much you can do with this set. So, okay, I just cut that. And again, I mean, it can be any size. Like I said, I think I'm going to have mine coming from over here. So before I move on to some of these other cute items, I'm going to do the handle. And I guess I don't have to, like I said, I was going to wait to cut a piece off. I might still have to do that. So I'm going to cut this. I just got some brown paper. I don't know, it's very dark, but maybe some saddle color would be pretty for like the leather. This piece too. And this piece, because again, there's different ways to style this, but I'm just going to use these and see how it goes. And then You know, if this is big enough that you want to put a little lock or something on here, you can do that. There's like this piece that can be like an accent there. I'm trying to think if I want to use that because of the size of what I made here. Maybe this here. I'm trying to see if I might have made this too short. We might... If I go this way, I kind of made this too short then, you know what I'm saying? Because the handle. Actually, again, you can use this one. I might just cut another piece of paper. Because that can go all the way up to the top, but it's not going to go to the top of this one. I'm trying to see that maybe I made it too short, because if I put this guy on here as a keychain, and the handle's here, and maybe over here, he's going to be very close to everything, you know? There's not a lot of dangling there. Okay, I'm going to do this again. Sorry, guys. I'll bring this up. So this all is going to be purse. Do I have enough here? Oh, this might work. Oh my gosh, look at that. That's crazy. Okay, I'm going to cut this over here just for now. And I'm going to bring this back, sorry. So what's going to happen is it does kind of... If this, I'm going to cut it, let me show you. This is 4 1/8, so I'm going to cut this 4 1/8 inches wide. What I want to show you, I'm going to line it up down here for that. 4 1/8, about there. Bring it over a little bit, because now I need it to be brought over a little bit. It's going to end off, and that's what it shows in the instruction, really. I was just going to go off on my own. But if you bring it up here, it just tees off. And this last piece is just going to be at the edge of your paper, basically is what you're looking for. Okay, so I don't know. I'm just eyeballing this at this point. How about here? Okay, I'll be right back. Okay. So we did that. Again, I might perfect this just a little bit to meet up there. Okay, that's better. And then our handle and all that. Okay, so now I have more room. So, okay, I'll do this in brown, this in the dark brown, the handle in the dark brown, and also this little piece here. Okay, I'm going to run those through just so we can start working on that handle and everything else. Okay, guys, so we have these. You know, I think I can go ahead and stick this down. Just because I don't want to start losing pieces. And I guess we are going to make this portrait mode. You can definitely do landscape mode. If I hadn't cut my paper, you know, I could have just continued it. Just like I said, just kind of follow that line. I believe in the instruction they show you how to do it, so I'm sure they tell you like where to place that for this to work out, like the measurement. You can also run this through your embossing folders, all that cute stuff, right? Oh, look. I didn't even see that. Little butterflies on here. Okay. So let's get this down here. I'm going to place a couple things, but not everything, because part of the handle needs to have a little something to hold on to the charms, you know? And so we're not quite there yet, but let me see if I had put this here. And then we have all these pieces. Yeah, it's very interesting because you're not going to see some of this anyhow. I think I can stick that down. Well, I guess you're not going to see it if you use the cute little... So I'm just lining this up at the very top of my card. So whatever that looks like. Okay. Then this piece, and then this piece is going to be here, you know, however high up or low you would want that to be. I don't know, maybe I'll bring it up like this. That's going to be on there. I'm not going to place the other piece yet. So some of this stuff, I'm not sure how they designed this, that had that rounded nature. Maybe you can just use that and not care about any of this other stuff, right? It's nice and rounded off. So you can still put your little keychain, keyring. This is going to basically go here, and then that looks cute. It can be different colors. This can be gold, you know, whatever, but I just want it to be all the same. You can not even do any of that. You can just put this guy, right? The little ties. But we're going to do that in just a moment. I don't think I need that one quite yet either. So I'm going to place this to the side for now. Oh, let's go ahead and glue this down. And you can make a little lock for this. It could just be a little accent piece that's here, you know, whatever it is that you want. I'm going to put it up a little bit because it looks rounded. So to me, it looks like that means it's coming over. I don't know. At least that's how I see it. So I'm going to stick that down. And we're going to need a few things. This is where we're going to get going, guys. Okay, let me clear out some things that we don't need quite yet or anymore, and I'll be right back. Like I said, there's just a lot going on. So we have this. So let me run through things that I want to be gold. So I love that all these keychain elements are things that you would normally see, like the things that hang off of like your phone or whatever, like the chains, the different items they have here, the clasps. So I'm going to run both of these. I don't know that I need all this, but I know the other part of this, goodness, little tongue-tied. The other side of this clasp is here. That's what this piece is. I'm not sure what that piece is right now. So let's say we're going to run these through gold, right? So we have gold accents, that through gold also. This through gold also as the top of my little bag here because it's so cute. I need to use that little bag. Sorry, let me get a little bit closer. We're going to need plenty of these. Again, gold, whatever, silver, whatever color you like. I think it'll also be gold. So right now I'm kind of focusing on that. There's a lot of different items on here you might want to use. Also gold in my opinion, so I'm gonna run all those through. And then, ooh, you know what, I might use the little lock just to be cute, so let's do gold also. With this one we also want a background piece to show through here, so maybe black. So I'll run it through black, but then also gold like this. Okay, so we're gonna have all these findings and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so a couple things, like let's go ahead and glue this down. Too much glue, but what is happening here? There we go. And down onto that black piece. And then I can probably go ahead and stick this down too. So I have a few things. Maybe we're going to cut more of this gold chain. It just depends on what everything's looking like. So we have that there. And then this piece is supposed to look like it holds it, right? Or however. Sorry about that. There's lots anyway, there are lots of different pieces that you can work with to make this. I mean, they're just, sky's the limit on this one. So let's just put this here. Actually, a little lower down, maybe there. And then I'm going to put a little bit of dimensional on that piece. So just a little something like this. This is so cute. Okay. Okay, just have a little dimension. Okay, so that part is done, but at least the way I see it. I mean, we could have used this piece and then had that here and made it look like this is hanging off. However, whatever you want to do, but that piece will be for another time. Okay, I was cutting out a couple things and I thought, well, while I'm cranking this through, I crank this through in black. It's basically one of these little guys. Again, it's just a different kind of chain. And that one also has this blank piece, which I think goes behind the eyes, probably of this guy, right? That's probably what we need it for. So I'm gonna hold on to it. And really, I ran it through also this to get black, a black background for this piece, this little die. So that's why I did that. So I already have that, have this piece, and have this piece. Also, let me think again what we wanted to do. So let's work on, okay, let's do the die. So that one, very easy, just like this. I'm gonna run it through some white paper, tape it down so it doesn't move, of course, okay? And then our little purse to go with that little thing. So I'll just run this through whatever color I think coordinates with whatever's going on, like something cute, okay? Again, with the inlay, because that's adorable. And then for our little bear, so bear color, whatever color I want here, some lighter brown than what I have going on here or something would be cute. Or maybe make it a fun fashion color, you know, whatever. This piece is the muzzle and then his little like tummy. So like a tan color. These are all his little arms and appendages and everything and his ears. So like, you know, if you want to make it a different color than the body or the same color would be great. And then I believe these are some other pieces here. So this would be his nose and it's kind of big and fun. I don't know, maybe black is what I'm thinking on that one. And I think that's it, because these other pieces are the cheeks to the little cherries. So since there's 4 cheeks, you have 4 pieces. So if this was pink or red or something like that, right? Like I said, I'll probably run it through just black, make him look more like, I don't know. It'll be fine. So dark brown, something like that. Light tan color, and then brown again, or black. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so cute. All right, let's start putting some of these pieces together. So this guy has a really nice area for that piece to go onto. Look at that little coin purse. How cute is that? Like a little change purse. I do have little things that look something like this. Oh, you know what? See that? Good thing I told you I didn't toss anything. I just cut stuff, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna need this later, I'm sure. This piece here is the opposite side, right? The little, like, so it looks like it's a little clippy. It's on the same die that has the other piece that you need for this guy. Okay, and then it even has like a little embossed area, so it's showing you like where it needs to be glued in. So that is very interesting. So it's just right here, and then down at the base, just a little glue there. It's gonna take a minute for this to set up because it is a coated paper, but basically you slip it in behind there and then tuck it right behind that piece. How cute is that? That's adorable. Unless I'm supposed to put it in here, but I don't think so. I think it looks like that. Just super cute. I suppose, I mean, if you want us to get in front, I just don't see why you would, because then that line would be there, you know. Cute. Okay. So you have that guy, and then this one, simply I'm going to stick this to the black background, and I love that because of course you can make these in all kinds of fun colors. I will say there's definitely a way this fits. It looks symmetrical, but there is slightly a different angle when you do the inlay. So like right here, obviously it fits perfectly, but when I did the inlay, I don't know, one of these areas is maybe a little shorter than the other, so it looks funny. So right here, see how perfectly it looks inlaid? If you have it the other way, it's going to look a little off, but I don't think it'd be the biggest deal if you end up running it through and it was that way. Okay, so our little bear. Let's get these pieces down. And his little nose should be out this way. And it does have like an embossed area, and it does have a funny shape to it, so it's definitely going to fit like this. And then I have that black piece, remember, that cut out with the strap that I showed you guys earlier. So I'm going to go ahead and get that piece and lay that in here. Cute. Okay. And then this guy too. I guess I could have just popped this on. Adorable. I did make his little nose black. I don't know. I just made him look like a typical bear. Ooh, that's a lot of glue coming out for some reason. So let me get his little nose on. Cute. And then little ears and arms and legs. So let me move this to the side and get a little bit closer. Let's see. I assume it's like that. Do his little legs face each other like that. That's cute. I'm gonna put one a little bit longer than the other one. So I just put glue on the back so I can do that. And his little arms back here. He's just hanging down like this. So cute. Oh, you know what? He's missing something, but we'll get to that in a moment. I think it'll be okay. He also has like a little scarf that goes around his neck, if you want, I suppose. And it's over here with this little bow. It's this guy. So it's this scarf and then that little center knot. I think I'll be okay to still put that on him. And then his little ears. I'm just eyeballing, guys. I don't know where these are supposed to go quite yet. And they look symmetrical. They do have little embossed areas showing you kind of the curvature of the head, where they should go. So I'm going to put one here. And the other one like there. Oh my gosh, he is so cute. You guys, that makes a really nice size project or die cut. I mean, you can use that for anything. This might be kind of weird, but I'm gonna go ahead and glue this on right now. Not glue it on, but place it like this. And then glue it to the back of like this die. And put a little scrap of paper back there to help me. And hopefully that's in the right spot. I'm gonna hold this down for just a second. And I looped it in there because otherwise I won't be able to loop it later. Oh, I guess I could. It just depends. If I only glue down a little bit of this, then yeah, I can still kind of get this in here. Okay, so there's one attached, and that's just how I'm doing it. You do it however you think is best. So I'm gonna put that to the side for a moment. This little guy needs a little clippy, but I need to run his little scarf through, and I'll probably run it through some kind of pink color just to bring pink back. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I went and did a glitter scarf. So I'm gonna put that on his little neck. And you can kind of flare out the little ties if you want, but I just figured since it's kind of a plain little bear, I was like, you know what, let me go with glitter. So there we go. What's cool about this one too is that there's a piece, another die that makes it look, I guess the same piece here. You know, a lot of times when you buy those, it has like a little line across. I don't know how to explain it. On these kind, they're the kind that you stick to like a cell phone. Anyway, you can make it look more like that if you want. So now we're just going to find ways to glue these guys, you know, to make them into keychains. And there's just tons of different findings for you to do that. So let me place that on there. I'll let that set up for a moment. I think everyone else is set up. So like this guy, I mean, you can use, you know, just that little piece like that, and then maybe goes to the chain. I think that might be cute. For this guy, it can be all chain. I'm going to put a little dab of glue here while I'm waiting for the other guy to set up. And just attach it to that. Okay. And then from here, and then we have this guy, again, it has that background piece that helps it look like it's a clippy. You have this piece that helps you do stuff. You have this whole like fob piece. I mean, that can also go on the bear if you think the bear needs something that's a little more sturdy to hold it. It could have gone on this die. It could go, you know, all these different pieces, right? There's just different ways to use that. Use it as a clasp or a clippy thing instead. I mean, there's just lots to do. I'm going to let those set up before we continue on. Okay, guys. This can also be the piece that holds like the whole key fob, you know, like this. But I went with the wider strap, so I don't need that. But if you needed it, you could do that. Okay, I'm going to put that to the side for now. Okay. So let's pretend this little guy is going to be held on by this. And I really want him to use this fob thing. So actually we can turn it. Okay. I'm just going to cut this at some point. And hopefully that's okay. Actually, let's cut it like here. So I'll make this look like it's coming out of his little head. So out of his head from this part. Again, these are just suggestions, guys, because they really... There's so much you can do with this. He'll probably be the one that's kind of like the focal point. And hopefully that stays really well. Because again, I'm going to glue it all down. But I want him to be like this. And that's the other thing. It's like, ooh, is that too short? Maybe it's too short. Because we still need this clippy. Oh my goodness. Okay, maybe this guy goes up here more, hopefully. Yeah, I'm going to bring this down a little bit. Like the smallest amount, like just the smallest piece is going to be sticking up there. And then this piece will be on there. Okay, but I want to see something real quick. This guy might be over here. This guy's here. Do I need to stick this down first? Obviously, that's if you stick it closed. That's up to you. Let me see where I can put this. Cute. Okay. I'm actually going to go ahead and glue that on now. So this little piece back here, I'm going to put it in front of this guy. Look at that. Crazy. And then if that's going to be it, then I probably will go ahead and stick this down because I'm a little bit afraid of this. Not going to lie. Like if this is stuck down up here, that guy's going to be there. That will be there. And then this little guy, I can either cut this and have it just on that short, or I'm going to use maybe some of this to make it look like it's attached by a chain, you know. However. Maybe here, we'll see. And then this can just pretend to be up there. That's what I'm trying to see if I should make another chain or just not be so picky about it. Okay. So I think what I'll do is I'll put some glue up here, this part, and I'll put it up a little bit higher than I expected because I do want and I left that bottom part not glued, guys, because we're going to bring this piece back in. Don't forget about this. We still have this guy that can help us kind of stick this to this. So I'm going to do that. Or you don't have to do that at all. It could go behind. Again, you could use that chain, the gold chain, to help you stick it down. There's just a ton of ways of doing this. And also this can be maybe not just simply glued down, but I want the security of this to help me. Okay, you can do like 3D adhesive, you know. Okay, I'm gonna hold that down and I'll be right back. Okay guys, sorry, as I was sitting there, you know, I'm like, how, I think this is too long for here, but I really want him to be on that fob. So I'm gonna put the bear up that way. Maybe this is here. This can be tucked back behind, right? That'd be cute. Okay. All right. And I'm just going to start gluing things down. I suppose if you wanted to, you could let them just be loose, but I don't know that that's the best idea. And I was even thinking about, I'm like, what if we cut these things, excuse me, what if we cut these things with, what's it called? Felt. How cute would that be? Anyway, the only reason I'm putting this over here again is because it's so big. And the height that I did, you know, maybe bring it up even higher. But I'm going to hold that down, then we'll move on to the other guys. Okay, and this little guy kind of already tucked back there, and that's pretty much where I want him anyway, but we're not really looking at that right now. And then this one, let's see. Now we can be a little fussy about it and like cut this. I don't know if that's the best idea, but I'm going to try it. And then just let it be like here. I'm going to cut a piece off. Why I did that is so I can open it up like this and get it around this. Let me see if I can do that without making everything completely get destroyed or looking horrible. Just want to tuck that around. Does it fit? Does it fit? Oh, it's almost like they planned it. Look at that. Okay. That's cute. And then have that stuck there. Okay. I'm not even going to glue that. I'm going to put some glue on the back of this. It's just, it would be very hard to have this all with glue on it, ready to go. Let me put a little glue behind this guy so we can secure him. And bring this down where I want it, like there. Okay. I'll be back. Yeah, I was holding this down, and I was like, you know, this was only tucked back there. I didn't glue it down because, you know, I only put so much glue. But this guy isn't glued down, and actually I think that'd be fun. That's a more kinetic thing, and then safe, right? These other ones, you know, if you're using the same kind of thing, then it would be much safer to put the little bear and let him dangle. That'd be very cute. But for now, look at that. Let's let that guy free float. Okay, I will be right back. Okay, guys, I mean, that is my card. I think that's cute. That's really smart. And then again, if you want to use this one for the other characters or the other things, that's the one I think I would leave to let it kind of free float. And then I have this from the Better Press. Thanks for showing up in style. I mean, I think that's very cute. I'm just going to glue it down. My goodness. I have been so tongue-tied recently. It's crazy. Okay. Let's put this here. And sometimes, you know, I edit that, but sometimes it's just too much. I'm like, what did I even say right now? What came out of my mouth here? Okay, let me see if that's nice and straight. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, let me clean up and then we'll take a really good look at this guy. Okay, guys, I mean, I wrapped it up, but I was just thinking about, I'm like, oh, I didn't put the little scarf. I mean, there's so much going on. I think we're good. I think we're already good the way it is. I love the way this little guy's moving between the two that are glued down. And then if you wanted the scarf, you just need to cut this out twice, right? One piece and then the other one, but you're going to have to flip it, guys. So if you do use glitter paper or something like that, you're going to want to put this on the back side of it so that you can flip it so it looks right. And then this guy goes right in the center, right? And I mean, I guess I could do it, but I feel like we have a lot going on already. So that's that. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Just a lot going on in this month's kits, and thanks for hanging in there. I'm sorry I started off thinking, oh, I'll make this landscape, or, you know, it just was not going to work out. So thanks for watching, and I will have images coming up. I'll have the links as available in the description box for the US and the UK, and if you're getting this club kit, let me know, or if you're already signed up for it, let me know and what you think about it. I think it's very, very cute, very different. All right, guys, I'll see you at the next one. Bye now.